Hello and welcome to English Bulletin of IPR Department. I'm Chiring Eden. Let's look at the top 10 news making headlines. Chief Minister Shri Prem Singh Thamung participated in a video conference called on by the Prime Minister with Chief Ministers of 21 states to discuss the situation emerging post Unlock 1.0 and plans for combating the pandemic. The positive outcome of the lockdown, the current challenges and way forward in view of the phased-wise unlocking were highlighted in a PowerPoint presentation by Secretary, Ministry of Health. The states provided feedback, suggestions and support for an effective plan for further phased unlocking in the country. Prime Minister Modi pressed on the need to focus on both life and livelihood, improving health infrastructure, testing and tracing as well as increasing economic activities. In a major development for Sikkim, the economically weaker section of people who are not covered under reservation schemes for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other backward classes will now be entitled for 10% central reservation in direct recruitment and civil post. The decision to provide the reservation was taken during a cabinet meeting held recently. In another development, the state cabinet also decided to remove the system of conducting viva for all state government posts for C and D categories. Once this is notified, there will be no viva for group C and D posts in the state government and all public sector undertakings and organizations or institutions under the state government. According to the information received from the State Health Department, a total number of 6,961 persons have returned to Sikkim, out of which 3,900 have already completed facility quarantine. A total of 183 samples were tested at STNM's viral lab on Monday, out of which 179 tested negative. Remaining 4 were already admitted at STNM's isolation ward and they have tested positive again. So far, a total of 4,558 samples have been tested, out of which 4,081 have tested negative. Test results of the remaining samples are pending and may be cleared in a day or two. According to a report prepared by the State Pollution Control Board, the quarantine centers in Sikkim produced around 1,671 kilos of biomedical waste and some 4,841 kilos of solid waste from May 25th to June 10th. The Pollution Control Board has been vested with the duties of monitoring of compliance of the guidelines for handling, treatment and disposal of waste generated during treatment, diagnosis, quarantine of COVID-19 patients as prepared by the Central Pollution Control Board. The solid waste generated are collected and disposed by urban local bodies, whereas the biomedical waste generated are disposed either through incineration or deep burial pit. The state government is also taking meticulous and elaborated steps through SPCB, Sikkim, Health Department and District Administration and urban local bodies to ensure that waste generated from isolation facilities and quarantine centers are scientifically treated and disposed to avoid spreading of the virus through contaminated waste. A fire broke out on Tuesday evening at Singtam Bazaar, destroying 2 houses, according to SDM Rangpo. Fortunately, no casualties have been reported and the fire has been brought under control. According to a report, the fire started at Singtam Lal Bazaar at around 8:30 p.m. 4 shops, TV and mobile repair located in the houses have been damaged and a short circuit is suspected to be the cause of the fire. 4 Indian soldiers are in critical condition after the violent face-off with Chinese troops at eastern Ladakh on Monday evening. The army confirmed yesterday that 20 soldiers were killed in the fight at Galwan Valley in Ladakh. On the other side, 43 Chinese soldiers have been killed or seriously injured. An army statement on Tuesday morning confirmed the death of a colonel and 2 jawans and spoke of casualties on both sides. In another statement last evening, the army added that 17 more critically injured were exposed to sub-zero temperatures and succumbed to their injuries. The incident involved no shooting but violent hand-to-hand scuffles. The soldiers threw punches and stones at each other, and the Chinese troops allegedly used rods and nail-studded clubs during the fight that lasted for hours until midnight on Monday, according to reports. India's coronavirus-related death count recorded a massive jump of over 2,000 in the last 24 hours, while the number of new COVID-19 cases reported is 10,974. The total tally of coronavirus cases jumped to 3,54,065, including 1,86,935 cured cases and 11,903 deaths. The recovery rate is at 52.79% as per the latest Union Health Ministry data. India is the world's fourth worst hit nation in terms of a total number of confirmed cases. It is just behind the US, Brazil, Russia, and is ranked 6th with regards to the number of recoveries. The death of Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput on Sunday has sparked fresh discussions about mental health. The 34-year-old actor was found dead in his Mumbai home in what police said appeared to be a case of suicide. The news was met with an outpouring of griefs by fans and other Bollywood stars, with the conversation soon turning to mental health and depression. Research data says that in UK and Europe, depression accounts for about 80% of suicides, but data from places like India show that there are many other reasons that someone will take their own life. The demographic for suicide in the country is again very different. While on the other hand, fans and netizens blame the big producers and the A-lister stars for allegedly running a nepotism gang, which may have played a role in Sushant's death. The ghost of nepotism has haunted many filmmakers and actors, and it seems like Sushant's death has opened a can of worms in the Bollywood industry. The 34-year-old actor's fans in Patna are in anger and shocked with his death that they are protesting over his suicide and burning effigy, which represents the film industry. The Class 10 and 12 students of CISC board can choose not to appear for pending board exams, and they will be marked as per their performance in pre-board exams or internal assessment, according to an official report. The exams, which were postponed due to the lockdown to contain spread of coronavirus, are now scheduled to be conducted from July 1st to 14th. However, several parents have been demanding the exams be scrapped. The students will be given two options. They either appear for the rescheduled exams or choose to have their results based on their performance in the pre-board exams or internal assessment. The option will be available only for the pending exams. The results of the subjects for which exams were already conducted will be calculated as per performance in the examination only. The board also clarified that the students will not be entitled to make a subject-wise choice between the two options for pending exams. Britain's drug regulator on Tuesday instructed scientists trialling the use of malaria drug hydroxychloroquine for treatment or prevention of COVID-19 to suspend the recruitment of participants. The Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency said it was following emerging concerns about the use of the drug and also cited a UK trial which found no meaningful mortality benefit in patients hospitalized with COVID-19. Similarly, the US Food and Drug Regulatory Body on Monday withdrew the emergency use authorization of anti-malarial drugs chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine in the treatment of COVID-19 patients after concluding that they may not be effective to cure the virus infections. The FDA said its decision is based on new information, including clinical trial data results that have led it to conclude that the drugs may not be effective to treat COVID-19 and that its potential benefits for such use do not outweigh its known and potential risk. That is all we have for today. Please like and follow our Facebook page, that is Government of Sikkim official page, for the most authentic news and information on recent developments in the government and the state. Thank you for watching.